One Piece fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what's good. Today, I am doing a battle, a versus battle. I don't usually do versus battles. I don't even think I've ever done one. But the best place to start is now, am I right? So, today's video will be the MINKS versus the FISHMEN. Yes, Zou versus the Ryugu Kingdom. So, this battle is completely on where you are, right? Because, let's be honest, if they're in the water, obviously the fishermen win. If they're on land, obviously the minks win. Even though you got fishermen like Jinbei who can hold their own on land, but still. So, of course, you got to be fair to both sides. So, I'm going to do the scenario like this. They're on the beach. The minks are at the edge of the water. The fishermen are in the water. Both sides obviously can overlap into each other's forces. And the fishermen's long-range water attacks are able to hit the minks. And obviously the minks can attack the fishermen by swimming. So let's get into this. So, how would this happen? How would this work? Because just try and envision this in your mind. The fishermen, all the ones who know fisherman karate, are gonna be doing ocean shoulder throw and stuff like that, like when Jinbei did that to Sunny. And the minks, they're gonna have a hard time putting up with this if they're getting hit by these waters. And then of course you're gonna have the fisherman lackeys, and kind of what Hody Jones did, and they're gonna be rushing out of the water into the ranks of the minks. The fishermen are gonna be rushing into the minks, and the minks are gonna have the advantage here, obviously. Well, actually, come to think of it, would they? Because the fishermen in Ryugu Kingdom, they're not even swimming all the time. Like, they're in the bubble, and they know how to fight on land. So, even, of course, the fishermen karate guys, their strength is in water, and fishermen, they can move faster in water, but they know how to hold their own on land. The only thing is that the minks definitely can move faster. And then the minks electro gives them the upper hand. A big upper hand. So, if the fishermen are gonna be fighting the minks with their weapons and stuff, the minks are gonna have a big advantage because they're faster and they have electro. So, when they're on the beach, the fishermen are gonna be losing. They're gonna be being pushed back into the water. But once the waves start lapping around them, the fishermen, of course, are gonna have the advantage. But the problem is, the minks probably aren't gonna go too deep into the ocean because, well, they know they can't swim. Because if they're waist deep, that doesn't really change a lot because the fishermen aren't completely submerged and cannot use their skills. But, as I said, it's not like they don't know how to fight, so it's not like every mink would be every fisherman. But I think the majority of the mink fodder would be beating the fisherman fodder. But then, obviously, there's guys like Hack, right? But Hack he's been training his whole life, like Jinbei. And, of course, they're able to use things like the Brick Fist, 5,000 Brick Fist, 3,000 Brick Fist, 4,000 Brick Fist. There's probably something like the 1,000 Brick Fist. And the Brick Fist would do pretty well against the Electro, come to think of it. So, you got these two sides fighting, and some on land, some probably waist deep in water. And I'm going to have to give this fight to the minks because of what I said. Because there's no way the fishermen are able to get the minks far enough into the water to beat them. But there actually is one thing. Even if the fishermen did get the minks into the water, these minks would still win. One word. Electro. The minks electro... What's up with my voice? The minks electro can electrocute the water and just decimate the fishermen. If they just go to the edge of the waves, and do an electro and plunge their hands into the water, just imagine 50 minks plunging lightning into the water. That would wreak havoc on the fishmen. Even if the minks are in the water, they're able to generate electricity in water, and since water conducts electricity so well, the fishmen are going to be finished. So that's the ultimate reason I have to give to the minks. I have to give this to the minks, because the fishmen, you can't sleep on the fishmen. Like, they're good fighting on land, because that's where they fight a lot of the time, even in the Ryugu Kingdom. So fighting against the minks on land, the minks would have a bit of an advantage, but the fishmen could still hold out and win, especially because they got their fishmen karate. Some of them do. And the guys with fishmen karate are stronger than most minks. But the electro, just the fact that the minks are able to electrocute the water the fishmen are in, would just give the minks an overwhelming advantage. And as I said, like, if the fishmen go up on land, they could win, but even electro on land, the minks are still gonna have an advantage, and using electro-clad weapons. And since the fact that a 5-year-old mink or something is able to utterly decimate a fodder of the beast pirates, the minks are just stronger overall on land. So that's why I'm gonna have to give this fight to the minks. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more One Piece content. If you like this style of video, tell me in the comments. If you don't, tell me in the comments. I will see you in the next video.